Welcome back to the channel. Let's talk about XCN's 2025 price prediction. Are we going to hit $1 or not? I'm going to reveal all in this video, so make sure you watch it until the very end. Now, Onyxcoin currently is at a $554 million market cap value, and this is with only a limited amount of coins in circulation. So currently 33.2 billion out of the 48.4 billion. So if all coins were currently in circulation, the actual market cap value would be $810 million, right? So it's important to understand the numbers here. Now, let's just say we could hit $1 to begin with. Well, what we're currently looking at from our current price of 0.0168586 is a 60x upside move, or just under a 60x upside move to be precise, 5,914%. Now, to begin with, we have to ask ourselves, is this possible? Is this upside move of a 60x possible? Well, I know the haters and the people that maybe haven't experienced a bull cycle before are immediately going to say, no way, that's a pipe dream, never going to happen. But if you've been in previous cycles, and even if you look back at a certain project, I can literally do an hour video going through meme coins, products with zero value, products with value and more that have achieved over 100x in a bull cycle, right? Between 100 to 400x. Some of them are still around, like Polygon. Some of these projects are basically at zero, like Dragon Chain, right? But the point is, it is a move that is possible. But the question is that going to happen this year? And this is what we need to establish. Now, in order for us to understand if XCN can actually achieve this $1 price target, is to first have a look at very closely how it moves between now and, let's say, the end of May, or maybe the first few weeks of June, right? Because ultimately, wherever XCN is at the time, and let me just show you what I mean. So let's just say XCN continues his upside move, smashes through our most recent target prices, and let's just say price goes up to about, let's just say, 30 cents. And again, if you missed out on some of these free buy calls and more at the lows, it means you're not subscribed to the channel. So please make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on any more of these free buy signals, XCN updates that happen daily, and more. Subscribe. Perfect. Let's continue with the video. So let's just assume we hit around 30 cents, right? So we hit 30 cents, and I'm going to pull out this chart here, this measuring tool. So there we go. That is a 18x, right? So 1,800% from where we currently are now, right? And to be fair, assuming that we see an absolutely parabolic upside move, XCN continues on to outperform the majority of coins in the market, this should be pretty straightforward. Once again, it's actually a 16x, right? So once again, XCN's a product that is outperforming the majority of coins in the market at the moment. And if this persists, a 16x should be pretty straightforward. Now, from this 30-cent price, all XCN needs to do after that is go up approximately 239% to hit that $1 price target. Now, when you guys see 200%, I know many of you are saying, well, that should be very, very simple, very, very straightforward. Now, of course, we understand the market doesn't move in a straight line, and that's why we've drawn up this 30-cent target to begin with, because once this area is hit and achieved, we are going to see a sell-off, right? And that sell-off will be in alignment with the overall market. Now, depending on XCN's fundamentals at the time, depending on how investors and traders feel, by the time we do hit this 16x, this 30-cent target, we'll see if XCN ends up going all the way back to zero, or maybe, let's say, pulling down to about 14 cents. And I think most products with value, they shouldn't really crash from their new highs more than about 70%. So yeah, a 60% pullback is fine. That is possible. And again, this is why I keep saying to all of you, you want to start getting yourself prepared for the inevitable peak, because we will see a pullback to begin with, even if we are going to hit the $1 price, which I'm going to talk about shortly. And you can get prepared by joining my free Telegram group using the link in my description. This is where I talk about the macro market, Bitcoin, other altcoins, and how this relates to XCN and the overall rhythm of the market. And of course, I've got a video in there that shows you how to make 100,000 in 1 month and 16 days using our 3 to 10x strategy, which is pinned in the group. So download the Telegram app, click the link in my description, and join that free Telegram for that free value. Now, let's just assume we do see that pullback of 60%, which is fairly modest, right? We see that time and time again with altcoins. Now, what happens after that? Well, this is when the second phase of the cycle happens, or we see that last major pump, or maybe second to last major pump. And that's where, from this price area, in order for us to hit that $1 price, all we need to see from this point is about a 661 percentage point gain. And again, this is not a huge percentage move, right? Even if XCNs end up repeating what it achieved in Jan, well, literally that's less than half of what XCN achieved in the first at the start of the year, which is absolutely fantastic. So we could actually see an upside move like that. But like I said, the reason why you don't want to necessarily fixate on these round numbers like $1, because what if price ends up going up to 90 cents, which is a 579% move? What about if it goes up to 80 cents, which is a 508% move? And again, this is all still life-changing money, and this is what we are obviously going to have to review closer to the time. So it's very important that you're subscribed, you're a member of our CZ Premium channel, where we'll be calling the tops live, etc. But yeah, that's very important. But to answer the question of the video, yeah, just from what I showed you, even including pullbacks, 60% pullbacks, we can achieve that $1 price. But here's the thing. We don't know if XCN is necessarily going to 16x at the start of this year. Moving on to the next major pump. It may only go up a 10x, which will bring us to 20 cents, right? It may only go up to maybe 16 cents, right? And that changes so much. And this is what everybody in the community needs to understand. Anybody that's just telling you we're 100% going to hit $1 this year, unfortunately, there's no basis. Is a baseless claim. There's no evidence that points towards that just yet, but we are going to find that out very, very soon. But at least we can feel confident knowing that XCN could 10x from here, right? Which would only bring us to around a $5 billion market cap. And any of you that believe that XCN cannot achieve a $5 billion market cap, you definitely haven't been in a bull cycle before. And if you don't think it can achieve that, then why even buy the project at this area, right? So with that being said, you have to be careful, because a $1 price could be hit this year. It could be hit 2 years from now. It could be hit 6 years from now. Or, as I said at the start, it may never hit that area. So it may only go up, let's say it goes up 16x, right? And it hits 30 cents. And then on that next major sell-off, price goes all the way back down and then dies the entire cycle, which is going to happen to a lot of coins in the market, right? And the last thing you want is essentially a repeat of what happened at the start of the year, where price went up, 17x, or let's just have a look again where we were, about 16x, maybe a bit less. Let's just have a look if it can load. There we go. About a 16x or so. 16x, and then all of a sudden price sells off, goes all the way back down, and in this case prices actually bounced back, which we predicted before the actual move happened. But it's going to be an interesting next few weeks. We're going to be keeping a very close eye on XCN, and it's important to understand why this pullback is currently happening, right? This sell-off that we're seeing is because the overall market is starting to pull back, right? So if you look at Bitcoin at the moment, Bitcoin is now back at 83,000, or just above 83,000, right? So 83,798 as of speaking, right? So as Bitcoin pulls back, so does XCN. But what do we notice when Bitcoin starts to rally? XCN is probably one of the first movers in the market, one of the most aggressive movers in the market. So I would actually be looking at DCA opportunities at the moment. And we've been talking about this in our Crypto Crew Premium channel, link below, right? So we're going to be helping our XCN members, making sure they exit at the right time. We're going to be making sure our XCN members can dollar cost average and take advantage of this upside move. So if you want to be a part of that, I would urge you all to join our Crypto Crew Premium channel. The link is in my description. Feel free to join our free group in the Telegram group so you can check that out first. But ultimately, this is a massive, massive opportunity. But to answer the question of the video, can we hit $1? Yes, we can. But where do I actually think price will end up closing? Even if we hit $1, even if we come close to 40 cents, I actually think we're more likely to end the year as it stands, probably around this 20 cent mark, maybe 15 to 20 cent mark, I think. And remember, this includes the sell-off, right? So I want to make that clear. The market's it's not just going to hit the target and then stay there, right? It's probably going to go way above it, right? So it can go way above this area. And when that sell-off happens, it goes all the way back down, could hit 20 cents, 15 cents. If it really doesn't work out and we see a repeat of 2022, you could see XCN all the way back at its lows, so below 10 cents. And you do not want that to happen to you. So you need to get prepared now by joining our free Telegram group, by subscribing and becoming a Crypto Crew Premium member. Anyway, guys, that's it for now. Until the next update, remember, nothing that you see in this video is financial advice. Always make sure to do your own independent research. Until next update, guys, seize the day.